Hello and welcome to Eat the Damn Cake. I'm Carly.
And I'm Maddie.
And we made it to episode 52, which means we did 52 weeks of recording this podcast.
Plus a few, but only released 52. This is so exciting. We never really had a real year anniversary. Like, we never celebrated it.
I know.
And
that was weird.
I know. But it was like, because we literally started recording the peak of like where everything was still shut down.
Yeah.
And it didn't even feel real when we first started recording. It was like, oh, like we started a podcast.
Yeah.
Now it feels real because we're literally in a habit of every week
doing the damn thing.
Doing that thing.
Doing the damn thing. For those of you whose first time it might be listening, our podcast is all about inclusivity in the fitness industry and basically just breaking the stigmas around diet culture and having to look or feel a certain way to participate in class or an exercise class or any sort of exercise. Also, December 17th, it is officially announced we are teaching at Red Lantern. It is our Built by Byron Holiday Fitness Fest. I almost said Fall Fitness Fest.
It's a party.
So we're going to release a new class format. We said hit last week. I actually just finished listening to our podcast from last week.
Did we?
This morning.
Oopsie.
But what I meant, we're doing a new format, and it's called Built by Beats. And it's all going to be on the beat of the music. So people will be more motivated to do that than to be doing like a burpee, before like partying.
Because we don't want to be like too sweaty.
Yeah.
We just want to feel like the burn a little bit. And then
our link to purchase tickets for that, it's $30 for the ticket, but it includes your first drink and the class. And then you're automatically entered into giveaways from that. So, yeah.
And we have some really cool giveaways in the works and businesses in the works to come hang with us that night. So we're very excited. It's going to be so much fun.
So grab your spot while you can.
Yeah, we're anticipating it to fill very quickly because there are limited spots, obviously, because it's a venue.
Yeah.
So we can't fit unlimited people.
Yes.
But if for any reason after the class you're like, oh my God, I definitely want to go see them, once Red Lantern's open to the public
at 10 p.m.
we'll be there so you can come see us.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe. It's a Friday night.
My bedtime on Friday is usually 9.
It's a Friday night and it's our Christmas party.
Yeah.
I think
maybe I can.
Our holiday party.
Maybe I can bend the rules that Friday.
We can,
I'm not sure.
I know. I mean, I've been asleep by 8:30 both these past 2 Fridays.
Me too.
But I'm willing to forego that for that one Friday.
As long as my request goes through to not teach that following Saturday at Bespoke, then I will be ready to go. But if I have to teach Saturday morning, I can't make any promises.
I will be there.
Maddie will be there shaking her ass on the dance floor. Couple fun things. We got my dad who ate bath salts. I'm just kidding.
What?
Roger Byron. The other day, my mom went through an old backpack in the house and she unloaded a bunch of the stuff. And one of it was like Himalayan sea salt or Himalayan salt for your bath that you can it's like similar to Epsom salt. I don't know. So I never put it away. I just put it on the kitchen counter. And my dad
I feel like you need to describe the way the jar looked.
So it looked like a little
baby mason jar.
Yeah, baby mason jar with pink fine salt in it.
But it also didn't say.
But it didn't say bath and it didn't say kitchen. It didn't say either one. So
super.
It
unclear.
it was unclear. So my dad was cooking the other night and he stuck his finger in and put it on his tongue and ate it. And then as my mom was walking in the door, he's like, "This good to cook with?" And she's like, "No, those are bath salts. Don't do that." And he goes, "I just ate it." So then later when I got home, he was like, "Thank you for leaving your bath salts out on the counter so that I could eat them." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then he told me the whole thing.
Well, last night I was sitting at the dinner table and someone I think it was it you who said, "Yeah, Dad ate bath salts yesterday." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I'm picturing my dad going into one of those bags you buy from Marshall's, the bag of rose petal and sea salt.
Yeah.
I'm literally picturing him thinking that is what he used. I'm like, gosh, Dad's like, are you serious? Then I walk in and see the actual container. And I was like, okay, he was not like that off course for thinking that it could be a kitchen salt, because it's very not like, it's not, I mean, it didn't have nutritional facts, which I guess like, but does normal salt shakers have that? Like sodium?
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, I guess like he could have maybe but if it was all natural, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm still not fully convinced it is just for the bath. So I don't know.
We should Google.
I mean,
even know what brand it is?
No, it's like a homemade one.
Like holistic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Dual purpose. Did Dad say it tasted salty?
Yeah, he was like, it tastes like salt. And I was like,
I just picture him almost rubbing the steak with the bath salts.
Like that's what he was about to do. And mom stopped and she's like, I walked in the door just in time as he had to open me, about to pour on the steak, saying, is this okay to cook with?
I know. So, I just picture him doing that.
Like, classic.
It's always that question of like, can I use this? And he's literally already
using it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, Roger. I can't. I feel like that's something Nick would do. Like, I truly feel like that if it's on the counter, it's fair game.
Yeah.
And speaking of Nick, we were talking about Christmas presents and like Christmas.
And how you're not waking up at home.
Yes. We got that back up.
Is Nick coming to mom and dad's with you when you come?
I don't know. I don't know if I want him to.
Mom already said we're opening stockings without you. Just giving you the heads up.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not waiting for you. Are you kidding?
Why would you, Carly? No.
Yes.
No.
I'm going to bring this up on the podcast and we're going to hash it out right here. Mom, I said, she's not sleeping at home. She goes, I know. I was so sad when she told me. She's like, it's fine. We'll do stockings without her.
That's ruthless, Colleen.
She said it, not me. It wasn't me for once.
We both know Nick and I will be up at approx 6 a.m. And we will be over to mom and dad's by 7:30.
Okay, so I'm willing to place bets on this. Over, under 7:30. I would say latest 7:45. But Nick wakes up. You said 7:30.
Nick wakes up. It really all depends on how Christmas Eve goes. Like, watch, me and Nick will end up waking up at mom and dad's because we'll all be at our mom and dad's on Christmas Eve and won't be able to drive home.
That's what I'm planning on
Carly
doing.
was like, I'm going to make our drink.
Literally,
like, oh, do you want a drink? 2 shots of vodka.
Literally gonna make the strongest margaritas Maddie's ever had on Christmas Eve.
Like, oh, what a shame. You can't drive home. And I packed an overnight bag for you the last time I was at your house. So
Perfect.
Perfect.
So you and Nick are both stuck here.
I mean, I could see that happening, but.
Speaking of Christmas, I was doing ad as my influencer life the other day for this sheet company, and they like wanted me to mention that like, oh, this is a great gift, et cetera, et cetera. They gifted them to me and I was like, oh, these actually are great. I love the sheets. However, when I was filming the video, I filmed it 4 different times.
I had to witness it.
I kept saying, Maddie could literally post the video on Eat the Damn Cake.
I don't know if I saved it,
but
unfortunately
I kept saying they're antimicrobial and all this stuff. And they kept saying back like, hey, this is all great, but leave out the microbial part. And so I like said that to my mom. She's like, Carly, it's because it's microbial and you were saying it wrong. And so the brand was probably like, this girl has one brain cell.
Oh, there it is. Hold on. Let's see if I got it.
And so we stay nice and cool in bed. I am a really hot sleeper. So these are going to be absolutely perfect for me. It also resists stains and wrinkles because of all that technology. They're antimicrobial.
Oh, damn it! I literally stopped it right
microbial
before.
But it's supposed to say antimicrobial. So if anyone's looking for good sheets, hit me up. They're called Cozy
Carly
House.
would, anytime she'd stop, she'd start laughing and be like, I'm sorry, this is so painful.
No, I hated doing it in front of Maddie.
I was not even bad.
No,
this time.
Maddie couldn't stop laughing.
Eating.
You were eating, but then I'd say one thing and you'd be like,
No, I really didn't that time. I have before because sometimes watching you do it, like I was being nice this time and you kept making yourself laugh. And then you send it to them and be like, next, new, please.
Oh my gosh. No, yeah, it was bad. So if anyone's looking for sheets for Xmas.
I told Nick.
Do you want some?
No, actually, I do need sheets for Christmas. I told Mom that already, though. I don't really know what she's getting.
Okay.
I've asked for a slew of things. I do need to ask Mom and Dad, like, what should I tell people to get me?
Yeah.
So, like.
Did AB text you this morning? Yep, same.
Yep. And I have a list, but I need to check it twice. 10
a.m. Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God, I know him. Can you tell we're in the Christmas spirit already?
Buddy works here, and every time we say, bye, buddy, Maddie goes, hope you find your dad. Every single time.
I'm sure this happens to him 24/7, and I'm sorry, but I have to. But I need to like know what people should get me. And so today I was talking to one of our clients, and they're like, oh, like, what are you asking for Christmas? I'm like, so I'm doing this thing, right, where I'm setting myself up for genuine immediate disappointment because I made
stuff.
Well, no, I asked Nick a while ago to ask our landlord if we could get a cat, and she we're not allowed to have pets, but I was still like, please, like I really want a cat. And it was never a no, but it was like I'll check it back in with you, which is totally fine. Like I assumed it would be a no. But like then I haven't heard anything, like, and we just assumed it was no. But I'm like, what if Sneaky Link Nickel, she answered and said yes, and then he's getting me a cat for Christmas.
You are, wait, no, you got it.
I'm like, so.
You just said, I'm setting myself up for disappointment, and now you're overthinking this.
Well, no, that's how I'm setting myself up for disappointment, because I'm like, this is so far-fetched, and Nick would never, ever, ever, ever do that.
No, he would never think to like go back and be like, hey, any word on the cat? Like, if not, totally fine, but I'm planning on getting Maddie a cat.
Like, I would like to get Maddie a cat for Christmas. Like,
yeah.
He wouldn't, but like, I'm like, what if he did? What if he like was super like out of character, like thought of that, and then
that would be
I
better
woke up
than
to
an
a
engagement,
kitten.
probably.
Well, I said I wanted an engagement ring or a cat, and both are probably not going to happen. So Merry Christmas.
Yeah. So
well, I lost. So
those are both expensive gifts. I mean, the cat isn't, but like that's a lifelong expense. Yeah,
but it'd be worth it. I would really like a pet.
It is until you go to the vet and then they're like $300 for a checkup and you're like,
cats? What? Well, I lost this feather, or I misplaced it. Like I couldn't find it. And I was telling Mom yesterday, we went shopping I got a new hamper. If anyone was wondering, mine was broken.
So cool.
I know. It's plastic. So I couldn't find it, and I was like, I'm so bummed. She's like, oh no, not your ring. And it's the one I wear on my ring finger on my left hand. And I'm like, well, I said to Nick, everything happens for a reason. It was just opening up real estate. And he literally looked at me and he was like, why do you do that? He literally
oh my God.
He's like, why do you have to do this? I'm like, it's just so perfect.
Yeah.
It was the perfect, like, I'm not even mad because one day soon it'll be taken back up. So it's fine.
It'll be real.
It'll be a diamond on there. Carly's looking at hers, empty. Wait, where are your rings? Oh, she just took it off.
I just took it off. Just admiring my hand. My hand's very ugly.
My nails are in a stage point where it's like, it's not a phase, Mom. It also looks like what's the guy that has the ink blot system where you like go, it's like a psychologist. He shows ink blots and he's like, what does this look like?
Yeah, that's what your nails look like.
Roy Schlocks. Like I forgot what it's called.
Was that okay? Anywho,
I'm gonna find the name.
I heard that recently you should put retinol on your hands to prevent them from wrinkling. So
Rorschach.
So if you don't think I'm gonna douse my hands in retinol going forward,
do you use retinol on your face?
No, I need it because my one.
Okay, I actually saw these things called frownies, and they're like tape that you put on your face when you go to bed.
Yeah.
And it helps decrease fine lines. Maybe I'll get you those for Christmas.
Perfect.
Happy
Awesome.
Christmas to you.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I I feel very tired today, to be candid, because I'm sleep deprived, because my boyfriend every morning wakes me up 45 minutes earlier than I actually need to be awake. And we were talking about this last night at dinner.
Yes.
Because I may have overreacted last week.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Friday?
I think it was Thursday.
I think it was Thursday too. Yes, it was Thursday. So I woke up. Well, no. Rewind. Going to bed. We've been training Duke to not have the crate shut at night so that he, like, hopefully we won't need that big ass crate in the room anymore, and he'll learn to just sleep in a bed, but like sleep in the bed and not on my bed. So we've been putting him in the crate, but leaving the door like slightly open so that he's getting trained to like stay in there, but stay in his spot, but not like escape.
We get it.
Anyways,
we got you.
Joe is the one who tucked him in. He needs to be tucked in, put a blanket on him every night, or else he'll cry. He'll cry. He'll literally cry until we put a blanket on him. So he's such a diva.
Literally created a monster.
I know. So I thought I heard Joe, while I was falling asleep, lock the crate. It just sounded like that. So the next morning, I thought I heard Joe unlock the crate and then get up and leave. And Duke got out of the crate, but then was locked in my room and just sat at the end of my bed crying at 4:30 in the morning. And I was like,
what the hell?
So seething. I texted Joe and I was like, how dare you, you little snake. You literally let Duke out of the crate and locked him in my room so that I have to get up. You have no respect for my sleep schedule. I went off on him. And his phone is on like do not disturb until 6 a.m. So at 6 a.m., all these texts came flooding in from me, and he was like, oh my God.
I'm so scared.
And I sent him a Snapchat at 5 a.m. up with Duke outside.
You'll have to post it.
And it says, unhappy with you.
He sent it in our group chat and said,
he
scariest.
said that was the most terrifying thing to wake up to. Then he goes, Carly, I swear to God, I did not open the crate. So I had a very quick revelation, and I was like, I'm so sorry, you did not deserve that outburst. And then I like tried to joke around and like send him, you know, when Kim Kardashian got woken up by Khloe and she's like, you troll, like the disrespect you have. Like I sent him that clip and he was like, that was literally you.
Don't mess with Carly in her sleep, I guess.
Literally. I don't know why I'm so tired today. I am. But yeah, that's probably why, because I get woken up so much earlier every single day because Joe decides to get up at 4:30. But no, his alarm goes off at 4:30, but he won't get out of bed until 4:45. So I'm just sitting there anticipating him getting out of bed, then being like, can you put Duke on the bed so he doesn't cry and he doesn't want me to get, it's just.
Yeah.
So I'm like, either get up right when your alarm goes off or just sleep until 5:30.
I'm a snoozer too. Me and like Nick's not, and I am. And Nick definitely despises me, but he's actually never said anything about it, which is nice. He's never yelled at me for being a snoozer. Like I will snooze for an hour.
Why do couples have to share the same room in bed? Why? I just like what, in what point in history was like, you have to, because like if it ruins your sleep schedule, I don't think it's worth it.
I don't think you have to.
I don't think it's worth it.
I know married people. Like I've heard of plenty of people that are married
and happy
and healthy, and they just opt out of sleeping in the same bed because they're like,
I don't blame them, because I might sound like bah humbug right now, like at 27 years old. However, I don't mess with my sleep. Like honestly,
you need to get like
a divider.
Noise cancel.
I use the body pillow. I put it in between us, and I'm like, don't cross every single night. No, Joe is a horrible sleeper. Takes up the entire bed, and then whenever I'm like
king size bed.
Whenever I'm like move over, he's like, I just want to be close to you, and I'm like, no, you don't. That's your excuse for just like inching on my side. So now I've started putting the body pillow in between us.
Jesus.
Anyways. Just airing out all our dirty laundry.
I sleep very much diagonal, and like Nick, I think has officially purposely started falling asleep on the couch, and I hate it because
he wakes you up when he comes in.
I'll hear him get it most of the time. Sometimes I won't, but sometimes I actually fall asleep better if he's next to me. Like, it's a comforting thing. It's comforting.
Oh,
I know.
cute.
I know.
I'm like, I want a separate room.
I literally don't want the same room as him. But I mean, I fall asleep diagonally if he's not in the bed. So then he's like, the other day he tried to describe him having to move me. He's like, literally, you were like cement legs. He's like, I'm trying to pick your legs up to move them over because you were from corner to corner.
That's always how you've slept.
Yeah, well, I always, yeah. And he was like, I had to like slither on into my like triangle size square like piece of bed. He's like, and I still was trying to push you over and you still wouldn't move. And he was like, I finally had to wake you up. And you said you were on the edge of the bed.
Nick, I'm literally on the edge. Like Maddie's like starfish in the middle of the bed.
In the center of the bed. He's like, you can extend your entire arm and you don't have short arms.
Yeah.
And not be off the bed. I'm like, so can you? He said, no, I can't. He puts up with it though.
Okay.
It's fine. So one thing we wanted to talk about, and we're literally have been like talking about Christmas and how excited we are for the holidays, but Thanksgiving is literally next week.
I can't believe it.
I am so excited. Like, first of all, I'm so excited for our Thanksgiving Day morning class. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't know what it is about the vibes on Thanksgiving. I wake up and I'm like, it's crisp morning. I'm going to go work out before, and then we're going to go watch our boyfriends play flag football. And then we go to their respective homes. Like, I'm just so excited because it's a good day.
Yeah. I like, it's so funny. So I get excited to like do a Thanksgiving morning workout. However, like I always see those, like if you marry into a family that does a 5K, like game over. Like, and I agree with that. I would like not want to do a 5K on Thanksgiving morning, but like give me a HIIT class or circuit class. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
I'm in. Like I told Nick, I was like, I know you're playing flag football, but I'm going to go over before the class on Thanksgiving morning and go work out if you want to come. He's like, maybe. Probably not.
No way.
No shot, but he'll be awake, so maybe he should. But with that being said, with Thanksgiving around the corner, we wanted to talk about some of the like languaging and just like phrases that could be pretty damaging to people on Thanksgiving and that maybe you should shy away from. And honestly,
especially depending on their relationship with food.
Yeah. Like in context with food.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was reading through them to meet like Carly and I in the car, and most of them you just, I feel like might say shit out of habit, not even thinking about.
Oh yeah.
And that's with anything. But with this especially, I thought it was so interesting because every single one I was reading through, I was like,
I could have seen myself saying this.
Like we all at some point have probably said something on this list or along those lines. And, you know, I feel like it's important for all of us to be more aware.
Yeah. I mean, you never know what anyone in your family is going through at all with like their relationship with eating or exercise. So, yeah, just listen to the list and then we'll go over it.
Talk about it. And same thing with like, I think it's along the same lines as like commenting on someone's physical appearance the minute you see them. Yeah. Being like, oh my God, did you lose 10 pounds? And it's like, say literally anything else. Like,
I love your shirt.
Oh my God, that shirt's so cute. I love your nails. Yeah. I love your shoes. So basically this is like the way we talk about food matters. Like the connotation of like in which you put it, positive versus negative. And also, especially during the holidays, it's more important because we're around it and around more people. So they said, avoid language that categorizes specific foods or dishes as bad, which we've talked about before. Red and green foods are good and bad foods. So, for example, blank is so bad for you.
Like stuffing.
Yeah, sure. Say that. Like gravy is so bad for like something like that.
Yeah. Like that's not going to make anyone who has that on their plate feel good about eating it.
If Carly
like, okay, great. I'm on my third helping.
Like,
thank you.
Like thanks. That could have been left unsaid.
Yeah.
Most of these, once you think about them, you're like, no one needed to say that.
Exactly.
I've been trying not to eat blank. Like you've been trying not to have that. Like you say that to Carly when she has a ton of that blank food on her plate. She's like, cool.
Yeah. Like I've been trying to stay away from bread, but you go in on the croissants.
Yeah, you take it.
I'm like, okay, I'll have 47. Like, thank you.
Like, bye. Are you sure you want that? It's loaded with fat.
Oh.
Like,
okay, so I would probably never say that.
Well, yeah, I would never say that either. But I think if you think about a lot of people's relatives, like,
yes,
like older generations sometimes too, like I find a lot of the fad diet culture way back when, like it can date back to like 50 to 100 years ago, where a lot of that like
was created,
like where that toxicity of it was around. So,
well, yeah, they used to put women in corsets and crush their ribs so that they looked
they
smaller.
had a smaller waist.
Yeah.
So like that's where I feel like a lot of it can happen. I thought you weren't eating blank. Wow, that's a really big piece. Like stuff like that. How many rolls have you had? Like asking someone, I can't believe you're having seconds. One piece of pie won't kill you. Or is that all you're eating? So if someone has an emptier plate, like that is none of your business. Tracy, does that freaking affect you? Not Tracy who works at Epic Night.
Yeah.
Linda, does that affect you? No. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
I've been starving myself for days and I've been so good until today. I feel like those two people say all the time.
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
I even said it the other day. I was going to the North End for dinner. I was like, I've been fasting all day for this. But like there was no reason for me to say that.
No, and you probably had eaten that day.
Yeah, I had.
And you were like, I've literally like,
I hadn't eaten since breakfast, but
But like I feel like there's that also, people think, and I also read another article prior to this one, and it was like, eat breakfast and or lunch, depending on what time your Thanksgiving meal, like eat.
Yes. Do not cut out the other meals that day.
No, because you will feel so sick to your stomach if you actually don't like keep a normal schedule. And you also, I was reading like you can eat to the point of where you feel literally so nauseous and sick. Like,
oh, yeah.
And I've done that multiple times and I'm guilty of it. Like I've accidentally done that. I also accidentally do have some negative toxic traits with food, but I've been trying to be really good about eating breakfast because I feel so much better if I do.
Yeah.
I'd have to run for 3 hours just to work this off.
Anything. So like, I don't like when classes name it like turkey burn or like the pre-burn or something like that before you like eat for the day, because you don't need to like, well, it goes back to the same thing. You don't need to
core of the
earn.
podcast.
Yeah. The core of eat the damn cake. You do not need to earn. And we're not saying like, don't eat unhealthy, like constantly fast food every single day.
Yeah.
We're just saying life is about a balance, but we're not going to tell you to cut anything out. We're not dietitians. We're not going to sit here and be like, so you have to eat this, this, and this, and you got to avoid this, and you got to do this. Like,
right.
We're never going to do that.
And whenever we talk about diets or diet culture, we're doing research on it and we're just stating the facts most of the time. Obviously, we both have our opinions about it, but we've talked to many of dietitians on our podcast talking about the red and green foods or the good versus bad. And they're always like, there's no need to do that. Like,
yeah.
You don't need to do that. So like we talk about it all the time, the relationship of exercise and food. And I think it happens a lot on Thanksgiving and around the holidays. People are like, well, I need to work out today, tomorrow, and the next day because I'm going to be indulging a lot. And it's like, okay, so that's where you need to reframe the mindset of why you're working out. You're going to enjoy your workouts more if you're just working out for you and to feel good, and to feel strong and energized, not as a punishment for indulging in something.
Yes.
Which,
bingo. Say it again.
Bingo was his name. Oh, beep, 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 beep,
No, not
beep,
that.
beep.
Don't say that again.
Okay,
say the quote again.
Okay.
That was good.
I don't remember what I said. I was just kidding.
Working out for you is more important than working out because you feel the need to indulge in something.
Like working out because you feel guilty.
Yeah.
Or punishing yourself. That's not why exercise was invented.
I don't want to say, like, I don't want to target anything, but I noticed a certain spin studio does like turkey burn and they're 90-minute long classes. Are there 90-minute long classes year round? Nope.
Is it only on Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm.
So
I find that very interesting.
And I think too, turkey burn, the quote, like that phrase is another thing where people, just like all these phrases we're reading through, and they can be really harmful to people, but no one in that, like, if it's not something that's harmful to you,
You don't think
you
about
won't,
it.
you might not notice it. And this is not to make anyone feel bad if you've said it. Like,
No,
literally
we're just making you more aware going into
the holidays.
Yeah. Because over the past couple of years, I found more and more people have struggled with body image, eating, exercise, and their relationship with it all.
Yeah.
Because of the pandemic, so many people fell out of a routine or got into a routine, whatever it might have been. But just when you're around family, you never know what they're going through.
Yeah,
so
and
be aware.
Especially if it's family that like you see maybe once a year or once every couple of years.
Yeah, so when
like
your great aunt walks in and she does look thinner, don't say, "Oh my God, you look amazing."
Because you don't know
Her
what's going
circumstance.
on. And like you just don't know.
Unless you do know she was on a weight loss journey and she's looking for that
she
validation.
really wants that validation. That's all on Aunt Nancy. But I just think it's really important because when I found this article, I was like, honestly, we talk about this all the time, but it's cool to see specific phrasing because it like makes me remember times where I've been culprit of saying it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not eating for the rest of the week after this.
Oh my gosh.
Or no blank for me. I need to fit into my pants tomorrow. Like, but you know what I even noticed? Like, I've been like that person where I'm like, oh my God, like I'm going to have to wear leggings on Thanksgiving, or like, oh my God, I can't wear like button up pants for a couple days after that. Like, and shit like that, where I'm like, okay, left unsaid.
Yeah.
Gotta freaking left unsaid. Like all of this stuff, if it's not on your plate and if it's not, if it has literally no effect on you,
Don't say it.
If
Just enjoy the people you're with. Be thankful for so much, everything else in the world.
literally, like I feel like Thanksgiving is about enjoying the time, creating memories, and celebrating people that you're thankful for.
Yes.
So focus on that. The food is just part of the
Bonus.
day. It's like it's just like a delicious part of the day. And if it's not a part of the day that you look forward to, that's okay too. That if you literally don't even care for Thanksgiving, fine. Is it my favorite holiday? I think so. Although Christmas is close second for me.
We are going to jump into this week's This or That, where it was interactive this week, and we're going to continue doing these interactive things. So if you liked it, please let us know, because we have some other opinions that we'll be like asking you guys going forward.
I really like this.
This one was unpopular opinions. Pineapple belongs on pizza. Absolutely or hell no. Hurley?
I don't know. I've grown to start liking it more,
Okay.
but I also don't really like hot pineapple. Like
Ugh,
it's always been like
yeah.
a cold fruit to me.
snack.
So that's my only thing.
I'm going to say hell no.
So I said hell no. Have I had it? Yes. I've totally had it.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my
Your throat makes, they probably couldn't hear that, but it's so distracting, like by accident. It
Yeah.
happens all day. So I've had it. Was it my favorite slice of pizza? No, but I also am a firm believer of like there's no such thing as bad pizza. You know?
Oh, yeah, there is.
See, like
There is.
I won't say the like phrase,
123 people said absolutely it does belong on pizza, and 108 said hell no. So that actually turned into a popular opinion. Unpopular opinion: thin toilet paper is better than thick toilet paper. I'm gonna say yes.
I said yes too. Can you tell?
We've grown up with it. I actually don't like the thick toilet paper.
Tell me your dad buys value brand without telling
Scott.
me.
It's called Scott.
I mean, I grew up with the thin stuff too, but I can't say it's better.
So-
what's the reasoning?
Okay, I don't know why. I think I have this innate fear of clogging a toilet. Like, because think
Yeah, I
about
think that's
how
true,
much
yeah.
Scott we have to use in order to have it be absorbent. Because I'm not shitting you guys. The toilet paper we use is tissue paper.
Yeah.
It's literally sandpaper on your ass. But you just crumple up a lot, like a good
Yeah.
amount of it. I guess it's probably like the same at the end of the day with how much you need of the Scott.
But like, I find that when I do use the more plush kind, I grab the same amount as I would with Scott, and then it like doesn't. It's scary.
It's scary. You're like, oh man, like, is this gonna be the day?
Yeah.
Like, I clog a toilet. But Nick, my boyfriend, DM'd us because I said, please feel free to respond. Like, we'll share some of your responses. Nick goes, I need to know who prefers to get their butthole ripped apart by choice. And I go, I like did this emoji because we have the shitty brand. We have never, I mean, actually the only time Nick has picked out the toilet paper, he bought the Charmin Ultra Plush. And I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, why are you complaining? I'm like, clearly did not grow up with Roger Byron.
So 44 people agreed and said yes. 203 said no. So I guess that is still an unpopular opinion. Another one. Orange juice with pulp is better than orange juice without pulp. Fuck no.
I said
Are you
yes.
kidding? The other day I had a mimosa with pulp in it and I was choking it down because I didn't realize there was pulp in it.
Carly was
gross.
so upset. And I was like, it's freshly
I kept
squeezed.
getting like caught in my teeth and I was
At like a restaurant?
yeah.
That's
It's freshly squeezed.
Yeah, no, I hated
okay.
it. I hated every second of
I
it.
love freshly squeezed OJ. It's so much better. Harley's
Well,
like, not really.
No.
Couldn't be me.
Pulp, no.
Could never.
Could never be Hurls. Poor Hurley is feeling a little under the weather today. Send him
But
good
he
vibes.
looks so cute.
He does. Send
Hurley
him
has
good vibes.
Hurley has new glasses on and the adorable green sweater. I almost said orange. Am I okay? It's a green sweater.
I was going to get you a medicine ball from Starbucks. Have you had one?
No.
It's honey citrus mint tea.
It's really
so
good.
And it's like has honey, so it like soothes your throat.
Why didn't
Maybe I'll
you?
grab some on the way home.
I know, I'm such an asshole. I was like,
I was gonna, but I didn't.
It's the thought that counts. It's fine, Carly. No, thank you.
No, for being on his deathbed the past like 5 days, he looks great.
yes,
Appreciate
orange juice with pulp. So 87 said yes. 169 said no, so it is still an unpopular opinion. Trader Joe's is overrated. Honestly, not that good. I said Maddie's gonna have a connection with this one.
Not only me though. So many people replied and said, like,
Who the hell said this?
well, where is it? There's so many responses. It goes, block this person. Someone goes, block this person. This one is straight up slander.
Yeah, it is. Have they never had unexpected cheddar? I'm
Like,
just wondering, or the orange chicken from Trader Joe's. I'm literally just wondering, like, what have you been doing with your life?
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
I am a hoe for Trader Joe's.
Maddie
I
goes
will-
weekly.
I'm probably gonna go today.
Yeah.
And I literally, before we had read this one, I was like, oh, I think I might want to go pick out a really nice bottle of wine at Trader Joe's. Like, I love Trader Joe's wine section, their cheese section, their meats and cheeses and charcuterie. I go there pretty much daily. So that is still an unpopular.
So I disagree with that. Hurley.
I gotta stay indifferent because I've never like shopped at Trader Joe's much, but I know it's pretty dope.
All right, well,
Yeah, it
go. Go.
So 55 people agreed with them, which I thought 0 would.
Yeah.
197 said disagree, so
Yeah.
they're in the wrong.
Sorry. Blocked. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding. Tuesdays are worse than Mondays. Agree. I will agree until the cows come home with this one. I think that Tuesdays are horrible.
I disagree.
I disagree as well.
So we were talking about this at the dinner table last night. I said, it's not that Mondays, like, I'm not like, oh my God, tomorrow's going to be such a hard day. It's that Monday encompasses the beginning of a new week. And Monday.
And what's wrong with that? See,
No.
I love that energy.
Like, I like starting a new week. Don't worry. Like, I love it. And I love what we do and I love my job. So it's never my job that causes me stress. I never go to bed and I'm like, oh, I have to go back to our gym. Like, it's like any stresses of the week, like anything that you're like thinking about, it's the whole week is embodied in a Monday for me.
See, I don't agree with that. I think Tuesdays are my earliest wake up day. So that's why immediately I don't love it. And they're my longest training day. So I'm literally like going from 6 or 4:45 in the morning until 6:30 at night. So it's just the longest day possible for me. And then in between, we shove in so many meetings and like other things in the middle of the day. So Tuesday, it's like nonstop. Whereas Mondays, I find like relaxing. I wake up, I have a Newberry client, I teach a spin class, we podcast, and then we have the night to like kind of relax. So I love Mondays. Tuesdays, I find just like chaotic, and I feel more stressed about going into Tuesday than Monday.
See, like once I'm in the
you
week.
had your Tuesday schedule on Monday.
Then I would hate Mondays.
Oh, so it's just
It's just
schedule.
Okay.
It is. It's a schedule. And the early morning spin classes that I teach on Tuesdays might be changed. I mean, they might be at 5:45 a.m. now instead of 6:15, so might be even worse. But but in a location closer to me, so like it wouldn't be as that bad. So that's why that's why Tuesdays. And like not like I hate any part of the day. I'm just saying it's the longest day ever. I dread how long that day is.
Yeah, which is why like coffee would be really helpful for you.
Matcha. It has the same amount of caffeine as coffee.
You know, Nick told me yesterday that, and this might be a known fact, but so caffeine doesn't actually give you energy. It just blocks the receptors that make you tired. Fun fact.
Cool.
Yeah. Did you know that, Hurley?
I did not.
I didn't either. Nick goes,
No, I didn't know
Nick
that
tells
either.
me, I'm like, oh yeah. He goes, did you know that? I'm like, no.
No.
I'm like, yeah, duh.
So
Is that accurate?
Yeah.
You
Caffeine.
fact-checked?
I think he like actually like read it in an article, like didn't just like find it on TikTok.
pull it out of his bunghole. All right.
Yikes.
So 150 people agree that Tuesdays are worse than Mondays. 104 disagree.
So it's a popular opinion.
Last but not least, it's better to be hot than cold.
I totally disagree.
I agree.
Wait, actually, I agree. I agreed. Sorry.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
100%.
You'd rather be hot than cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I think back to some of the times where I've been most miserable, and it's when I'm cold.
Yeah,
I hate being cold.
me too.
Like, and someone said, I think Nick said to me, he hates being hot. And he was like, I feel like I'm baking from the inside out when I'm hot. I'm like, but when you're cold, it's literally unescapable. Like,
The other day I had a chill and I could not get rid of it. I like even took like a hot steamy shower, got out and was still like cold. And my mom's like, are you getting sick? And I'm
I
like,
know last night I was cold.
yeah.
Roger had the door open like all night. And I'm like shivering. And he's like, do you have a fever? I'm like, you guys?
It is freezing.
Roger has the screen door open, like drafting through the house.
He was making homemade pizzas,
was
so it was
delicious,
justifiable.
but-
So 111 agreed with that and 144 disagreed. But I think it's better to be hot than cold. Like I would 100% rather go to like Arizona and like be in 100-degree weather than be in like Antarctica.
I'd rather, yeah.
But I am fascinated by Antarctica. I have a lot of questions.
The people that disagree, their always argument is always that you can put on more layers. But
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like that's never.
No.
That's
it
never been
works.
helpful.
It never works.
No. Because I think about all the times I've been outside, like waiting for something, like during COVID, like
When we have to walk
wait-
across the bridge and we're like,
Oh, well, yeah, that, and like in the winter, but I'm saying like lines were such a big thing during COVID because of like capacities. And like if it were hot out, I'd still go wait in line. But if it was freezing, like negative degrees out, you would not catch me. Like I would order takeout. Like I wouldn't.
yeah.
So I think people that voted disagree need to think of it in that context. Like, would you rather be sitting?
Rethink.
Would you rather be cold in a snowstorm or have a beautiful hot summer day?
Exactly.
So
bada
what?
bing, bada boom. All right. So that concludes episode number 52.
I hope it was the most special yet.
I hope so, with all of our Joe slander at the beginning.
Hour?
Mine. My Joe slander. Love you, honey. Okay.
So we're going to have an episode next week as well, even though it is Thanksgiving. It's a little mini-sode coming out for you. So stay tuned for that as well. You won't have to miss us. Thank God, I know.
Buy your tickets for Red Lantern,
Yes.
December 17th. Please don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and subscribe on your mom's phone while you're home for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Literally take your family's
Siblings.
phones.
Yeah.
Play the phone games. Steal them all. Subscribe to Eat the Damn Cake podcast, and then
leave
put it
a
back.
review.
And then leave a review.
A cute little review. We actually have shipped out all 5 hats.
Yes,
So
they're shipped. They're coming to
and
you.
maybe during the holidays we'll do some other fun thing.
Probably.
You
never know what's up
maybe
our
you should
sleeves.
just like leave a review.
Maybe you should just leave one and see what happens.
Have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Bye.